Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new Company of Heroes 2 video cast. I am known as Sluzcast on most of the forums. Server creation word means functionary, pretty much describes my work, my life, my ethos. And I also play mainly as Noise of Carpet right now in Company of Heroes, if you've seen me. I am bringing you an interesting game that I have just found. I actually caught the tail end of it last night on Siberian stream. For those of you who don't know all the cool pro players, Siberian is somebody who's been around in COH. I'm sure he's won some tournament at some point. He's a good guy. He streams a bit. He's British. He's pretty good. Versus an unknown player named Fanity. We're actually going to be watching Fanity, and I will switch to Siberian once it becomes clear what Siberian is doing. I think it shows it's an interesting strat, but it might not be one that you want to use all the time. But in this case, it's being used all the time. It's not really a good idea against someone who's got any kind of clue. So I will show you, but it is an excellent strategy for causing mayhem in your opponent's territory. What we have here, Fanity just starting out with single pioneer, making an MG first, which is interesting, but I suspect people think the 4-man MG is a little bit stronger than the old 3-man MG, so people are tending to make them more first. I've noticed. It's not a bad idea on this map. Lets you lock down, say, this fuel or your strat point in case there are any nasty conscripts running up. But as it happens, nasty conscripts aren't what's going to be happening, because Siberian has instantly put up a special rifle command. He's capping over here with a combat engineer squad, and he's instantly producing a penal battalion. You don't see a lot of these used. You can stick them in M3 cars and run around the map burning stuff just the same. And they are lower health squad, but they do have apparently the best rifles in the Soviet faction. Not the best SMGs or anything like that, but they are much better. Let's see what he does with them. Oh god, I wish I had a nice British accent. You know, everyone who casts has like these cool accents, but I'm just an American from, you know, North America. So I don't have any kind of cool accent. So we've got a penal battalion produced and already producing the M3 half-track, even though he doesn't have the fuel to upgrade the flamer. So let's see what Fanity's doing over here. He's slowly capping. MG just kind of sitting there. That is not the best use of an MG squad I have ever seen. He could have just moved it here to, you know, put it in the green cover, cap at the same time, then had his Grens go over here. But this isn't a pro tournament. We're just watching an interesting strat. And a second MG out for Fanity, which unfortunately is going to play right into the hands of a guy who's probably going to drive around the map with some little annoying cars and burn things. So,
nice spot of land,
let's see how this plays out. Still no real action here. We're just slowly capping the map on the Wehrmacht side. Meanwhile, Siberian's got his car out, and he's capping, and he's got some ammo now. Still not enough for a flamer.
Objective secure.
Oh, one conscript squad. He has done one conscript squad, I think, just for capping power. But even with a slow start, he's managed to completely outcap the Wehrmacht there. Austria. Oh, let me pause that and turn the volume down. I know that's going to get annoying. And I hate when casts are too loud and you can't hear what the guy's saying because the sound's too loud. Alright, so a little fight that these conscripts are definitely going to lose unless the M3 shows up with the battalion. laying the hurt. So there's Grenadiers and Pioneer are wise to retreating. Does run into an MG, catches a little fire. But he's circling the MG now and should be able to land some damage even without the flamer upgrade. I suspect it's coming very soon. Let's do it up. Took one Faust already.
This piece of dirt is ours now.
MG turning around. Oh, sabotage charge. Wow. Well, there you go. That's why they call them suicide squads. So he did take out the initial MG from Fanity without satchel charge, but also took out his squad.
Area secured.
That should buy Fanity a little bit of time actually to get capping on the map with his Grenadiers. With the MG, he should be able to force off these rifles. He is turning the MG, sees them coming. Very good, very good. Oh, but look at that. There's an engineer flanking. He decides to target the lower DPS engineer instead of the conscripts. So that's going to be a problem, and he's forced to retreat. Actually, given how little damage small arms fire does in COH, he probably just could have put it in that green cover behind this nice wall here, which the conscripts are now using, and probably attempted to pin them, or at least waited for help to come. But he did not do that, unfortunately. So now his another MG out. Though I don't think that's probably the wisest strat given what he's seen his opponent open with if he's going to be driving around with flamer cars. MGs are the most vulnerable unit to a flamer car, so you don't really want to be doing that. But he does have a few grins to lay in the hurt with a few Fausts. And over here we do have one Penal Battalion upgraded with flames. And I guess he's just going to hop in his taxi and come on over to
We have found the enemy.
the part of town where the lights are bright and there's music all night, which is the Austrian territory. And there we go, a little burning, burn them. There we go. Grenadiers forced to retreat, didn't even get a Faust off. Very important. Oh, and look at this. We've got an MG in the house, which is just perfect brave for this car. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh god, he's getting out. Yeah, you know what's coming, but is the MG backing up? Oh, pinned and throws the satchel. That's one of those things that really bug me in Company Heroes too. The pin units continue to fire. I think that was the big problem actually with the Maxim MG. I don't know if anyone out there has seen my video, but yeah, I mean, isn't it a little bit ridiculous that an MG can just set up in front of another MG and start firing? It's not really a problem with the damage or the setup time. It's why can an MG just set up when it's under fire from another MG? It's silly, it's stupid. Usually units in COH, once they're pinned, they can't do anything, though they can fire nades and such when suppressed. So what have we got over here? Conscripts tanking a little bit, as the kids like to say these days in this house. Since he's in a house, he takes basically no damage from that MG. Oh, and we over here, and we have a scout car out. Okay, that is the hard counter to the M3 Rush, but he has not yet upgraded it to the autocannon, which would make it significantly better against the M3. So I'm not sure how well this is going to do until he gets this upgraded. Fanity's at least managing to hold on to his fuel, though maybe not for long. We do have combat engineer capping in the south. Scout car coming to drive him off. No, he's not. He's going to shoot up this. Oh, he can't make up his mind. He's backing out. Probably afraid of the 18-8, and he does get the 18-8. Too late. The range is not that great, but the problem is, unlike in COH, you can't micro out of range. Like, if you're in range when the guy clicks the button, you're gonna get the nade. There's really nothing you can do about it. So either keep your distance the entire time, or just take the nade and have an engineer around. That's pretty much all you can do. However, since oh god, now we have 2 M3 half tracks, both with penal battalions, chasing down this scout car. Oh, scout car down. Oh, dear. Let's just switch the full screen to watch where the scout car is going. I think I have an idea.
Enemy infantry!
MG opens up. Next damage. Faust goes in. Overdrive popped already. We got a vet M3 half track. Burning the MG. Burning the MG. Grens can't Faust yet. The timer hasn't reset. I'm smelling another satchel. Oh, no extra satchel. Guess he felt he could just drive them off. Oh, he actually was able to knock them down with the flamer squad. That is a pity. We do have, has this one been upgraded yet? This one has been upgraded. Unfortunately, it's about to die, so if he drives it out, that counter is not going to counter anything. Yeah, I was surprised at how much damage the M3 front gun did to that scout car. I didn't think they did quite that much damage, but I guess if you've got 2 of them, plus the rifles firing, that's going to take down a scout car rather quickly if it's not got a good upgrade. And scout car should get further away from those penal battalion dudes. Oh, he's got some vet. That's nice.
You're not dying, you're not trying!
Oh my god. Oh no. Really? Oh, got a guard squad out for Siberia. That's a counter to the counter.
Under fire!
Meanwhile, up here in the north, we've got some conscripts recapping some ammo because he wants to throw a lot of satchel charges, I suspect, and use a lot of flamers, so we gotta get some ammo. Oh, he's getting in the building. I'm not sure that's... Oh, well, never mind. I keep thinking that's penal battalion. But actually, Siberian has made other things other than penal battalions, though not a lot. And he's prepping for another rush, it looks like. Though the thing to be aware of course, at this point, is that the Austria player has not really been disconnected from his fuel. So he is only going to be able to tech if he so chooses. He has spent a little fuel on the 2 scout cars, but other than that, not much evidence of teching yet. Could get out a PC4 maybe if he plays his cards right and if he can maintain a hold on this fuel. But let's see how this goes after this. Oh dear. You know, it's like two New York City taxi drivers from hell. Just with like suicide squads in them. And they probably charge you a lot of money, you know, for the benefit of cleaning. Oh, 1 MG retreated. 2nd MG retreated. Oh, 1 MG down. Oh, a pack out, but he's pushed it too far up. That's not going to get him. Oh, it's getting burned. That's, what do you get that on? That on the penal battalion. Pack down. Oh god. Oh, mortar down, MG down. That's gotta hurt. Grenadier's just hanging over here. I'm not sure where he's going with them. There are people shooting people in your base. Maybe your people should have a talk with their people about the nasty things they're doing. But I guess he's just gonna let him satchel him, so that's fine. He is trying to cap back some of the map, trying to get some ammo back. I'm not sure why he's going all the way over there, so he's just trying to connect this one. But there you go. Guards driving off them. Meanwhile, yeah. Taxi drivers of doom are continuing their reign of destruction in the Austria base. Oh, he's decided to bring the Grenadiers back. Let's see what he does with them. Can he get a Faust off? Does he have the ammo? Yeah. Kind of iffy. Yeah, 60 ammo for a Faust. So this is kind of why the M3 is still a good tactic, even if you're just going to make one. It's going to force him to use ammo, and basically you won't get a Flammenwerfer. You won't be able to toss as many rifle nades at you, which seem to be better than bundled nade now from Panzer Grenadiers. Frankly, I would never toss a bundled nade if I don't have to. I would just use rifle nades because they're so good. They're great against hit the dirt infantry. They're great against units in cover. And, excuse me, and a peanut battalion being driven off, but one's still sitting back here just burning stuff. But I guess he doesn't have the ammo anymore to keep tossing satchel charges. Oh, he's got it. Yep. So, yeah, no tank out, but he's Siberian sitting on a ton of fuel. Fanity also sitting on a ton of fuel. If he's got any idea how to play, he's going to upgrade to T2, as Relic calls it. Though that's really T3 to me. I still don't know what to call them. Battle Phase 2. I don't know what you call it when they're not doing anything. I guess Battle Phase 0. That's what Taiki Seltru calls them. And I guess that's just what we should, maybe that's what we should call it. There's nothing. There's no battle phase. It's just Battle Phase 0. But yes, we are finally getting some checking, so I suspect he's going to try to save this game a little bit with some tankage. But more conscripts are out now for Siberian. He is capping up the map. Looks like he's going to push on the fuel. Guard squad over here getting the cutoff point. Next, I'm sure he'll just proceed on to the fuel. Victory points looking pretty good for Siberian at this point, 489 to 267. And with very good map control, the Austria player is not completely cut off, though he does have the fuel for a Panzer IV if he should so desire. But he's got some engineers up here capping his fuel. It's not gonna matter. You know, when they've had that much map control, decapping their fuel at this point is not gonna matter. What's gonna help you is trying to recap the map. Oh god. Oh boy. And now we've got more M3 half-tracks all loaded up again. Once again. Driving off the Grenadiers. MG set up. Oh, I believe that's a stolen MG42. Oh, what's that? Oh, a pack. Another pack. Good job, good job, good job. And look at his placement this time. Much better to stop, putting a stop to this continued trolling by Siberian. Taking one down instantly. Other Penal Battalion squad is still pinned by the base MG, but seems to be crawling in. Oh, such charge. Another M3 coming up to support. Oh, yep, there goes the pack. Grenadier suppressed by his own MG42. Oh, but what's being produced here? Oh, look what's coming. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Is this going to save the Austria player, who now has absolutely no part of the map? Though he does have one victory point. Does have 2 victory points for some reason. But Siberian's recapping over here. Got some guards here. To button maybe. Oh god. Satchel on the PZ4. Oh, total fail. So Penal Battalion being driven off. MG shooting rather vain at this Panzer IV. Panzer IV shooting MG, driving him off. Siberian just now have total map control. He has both fuels. He's capping the remainder of the map, even going for this cutoff over here, which is only going to cut him off from 1 point, which he's actually capping anyway, but whatever. And back in his base, looks like he's just going to reinforce his Penal Battalions. No attacking. He's actually got absolutely nothing to counter this Panzer IV right now, aside from 18As. And Button, of course. Button, always great ability. We loved it when the Bredens had it in COH. We love it now that Vanguard's have it. And Strafe. Is that a Strafe or a Recon? I'm guessing it was a Strafe. Why would you bother with a Recon? What do you mean? He's got Penal Battalions. Oh, guard squad down. Guard squad down. That is going to put the hurt on Siberian here. Surprising amount of damage from the guards and 18 aids have reduced his Panzer IV to half health, so he's going to have to be pretty careful with that. He's calling on their guard squads. Oh, wait, I see a tank on the minimap. Oh, God. An ISU. Oh, let's see what Siberian's got here. Siberian has a particular commander that I think no one has access to. Actually, I'm not sure if the CE3 people have the collector's edition out there. Or maybe this is from CE, the Consumer Electronics Show. Sorry, the acronym's the same, I got confused. But yeah, look, it has guards, it has anti-tank ambush tactics, you can click your T-guns, it's got marked vehicle, and it's got an ISU and a pretty good bombing run. Yeah, this is a nice commander choice, and it kind of makes me mad that the rest of us don't have it yet. I think only if you got collector's edition you can buy it. And actually, I'm not even sure about this. This might be only a CE3 deal that they gave out to me. Yeah, I can see some posts. People are buying them on eBay from people who somehow got them. Oh, Panzer IV down. That's not good at all. Now, this ISU looks really bad, but it can't turn its gun very fast. It's rather slow. And it's extremely vulnerable from the rear. So if he can manage to get out of Panzer IV and maneuver it right, not all is lost, but let's just check on Fanity's fuel here. What's he doing? He's got only 62 fuel. That's a problem. Let's see, how's the fight going back over here? Oh, Penal Battalion driving off some Vet 2 Grenadiers. He looks like he's scared to death of another satchel. So he's just running for dear life. When what he probably could do is get in cover and just toss the rifle and then split the moment you see satchel going. Oh, strafe going off again. Forcing those penal battalions to retreat. Oh, but the ISU over here laying in the hurt on these grenadiers, which really need to retreat. There they go. Pack. Oh, a pack. Another pack. I think it's the third pack. Unless he just recruited. Probably recruited. Oh, took out all the dudes on the pack. So that pack's not good. However, Fanity has got one thing going on. He's managed to recap all 3 victory points. And actually, Siberian's a little thin on infantry. Looks like he's got, yeah, the 2 penal battalions, 1 conscript squad, suspect another conscript squad. So while Siberian still does have pretty good map control, he's going to be hard pressed to recap a lot if Fanity gets his act together and begins to make a push for some of the resource points here. Be really nice if we could connect this, so we could abuse strafe more. Though I'm not sure if we can call it abuse in a game like this. I think Fanity's really been more on the receiving end of the abuse, honestly. ISU just rolling into the Axis base. Gonna blow away the MG nest, I suppose, so he can just run into the rest of the penal battalions. Takes a Panzerfaust, which might make getting away from this pack hard. Oh, that was a pretty good pack hit. That actually did a third damage, I think. But this should keep through it rather fast. Oh, wow. Another third. Can this pack do it? This heroic Vet 2 pack. Will it defeat the ISU base version 2? And it does! Excellent, excellent. For some reason, Fanity choosing to make another scout car. Not that's really sure that's a really good idea against guards and a guy who's got enough fuel for an ISU, but you know, this isn't most a pro game, but it's kind of funny. Vet 2 conscripts moving up here to G to cut off Fanity once again, and oh, yep, there's a penal battalion trying to get to the base, I'm gonna satchel things, you're not gonna stop me. I'm a suicide squad, I don't care. Oh, bombing run does nothing. Scout Squad not doing too bad against the Penal Battalion. I guess he didn't want to make Panzer Grenadiers. Save his fuel for PZ4, I suppose. Oh, look, it's the Opel, the OP Opel truck. The truck that wins games for all Axis players everywhere. Well, really only in 2v2 and up. In 1v1, it's a lot easier to hunt them down and kill them. Because you can see on the map from the yellow that they're there, so they're not that big a deal. But that will give him a little extra bonus fuel and munitions income if he parks it on a strat point. If you park it on a fuel point, you're only getting extra fuel. But it is a really large footprint. Conscript's trying to get an 18-8 off here, I suspect. He's not going to get there. And let's see how this fight goes. Actually, Scout Car and Vet 2 Grenadier versus Vet 2 Conscript. Actually, I have no idea. Oh, he drove the Scout Car. Oh, dear. Scout Car's gonna go down, I suspect. Sorry, I'm lagging. Grenadiers retreat, but the Conscripts also retreat. I'm really not sure why the Conscripts retreated there. I don't see an MG. I don't see anything. Penal Battalion. It's another Penal Battalion. I can tell because it doesn't have a vet and it's got no flames. Moving back up. So, oh gosh, not looking very good for Fanity right now. He hasn't even managed to recap his side of the map. It's all been decapped actually. Fixing the Scout Car. He's got a truck park. Let's see. 110 fuel. 4 more fuel to Panzer IV, and I suspect that's what we're going to be seeing. Because there's really nothing else worth building at this point. Siberian also not teching. He's got 144 fuel in the bank, so if he wants another ISU, it's going to be quite a while. He is choosing to use some of that fuel. I guess he's not afraid of a Panzer IV because he's making more half-tracks. I mean, not half-tracks, M3 Scout Cars. Interesting choice. I think at this point he's not really managed. I guess he was just trying to troll his opponent to death and kill all his base buildings. He did get an MG bunker. He's damaged that one, little damage that one. But his opponent still has all his production buildings, so that's not great. Especially since he's probably spent about how many Scout Cars did we see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's spent about 120 fuel on just on Scout Cars at least, and I think I'm not counting the 3 that just popped out. So, oh boy, let's see how this goes. We've got the Suicide Squads of Doom ready to load up into their Doom taxis. Though I don't know if it's really Doom, it's more just extremely irritating. Maybe we should just call them the extremely irritating taxis. And it looks like base rush number 3, number 4. I've lost count. This is just a ridiculous game. I just kind of want to find out what happens. This is bad. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. MG in the building. You know, you think he'd have run really, but Sapple charge? Oh, I believe Strafe. Strafe comes in, but not before the MG goes down because he totally failed to calculate his FTL before the Sapple charge was tossed. Still, this guy in the M3 is totally unaffected by these strafes, so he's just going to be able to own this other MG. Scout Car trying to lay the hurt without the upgrade again. Not going to do anything. Pack moving up, the Vet 2 Pack moving up to support. One shot from that will easily knock out the M3 if it can get a shot off. But Siberian Spiker and that right back out of there. Scout Car should be able to kill it now, though. It's taking so much damage from small arms fire that he should be able to kill it. There it goes. And some Panzer Grens out. Did not see those. They are helping Fanity get a little map control back here. And also the VPs. Siberian's still ahead by 100 points, but it's not as bad as you'd think, really, considering how bad the map control has been for Austria this game. He's actually moving straight for the fuel. Actually, that's a pretty intelligent thing to do. I think he's realized at this point his only chance is to make more of these little babies. I don't like that paint job at all. It just looks like graffiti, doesn't it? It's just bad. That's just bad. So looks like Austria regrouping here, fixing up scout car, single remaining Grenadier squad moving over to probably decap some ammo, maybe get the DP. Penal battalions moving back to the ammo because they like to toss satchel charges, and if they don't have ammo, they won't be able to toss more satchel charges. Got a Panzergren over here. Uh-oh. Yeah, this isn't good. Retreat. Oh, wow. And that was a low health. You saw the low health, and then those flame crits go in, and that squad is dead, and that's another 360 manpower down the drain for Fanity, who's now facing a rather sizable force, if not very good for his armor. Satchel charge takes out the penal battalion, but does do, looks like about took half the health off that PD4. I'm not really sure that's working, but I think Siberian is just having a little bit of fun here. Though I have a feeling this fun may not last for long. Siberian is probably going to have to get a grip on this game. Maybe get some AT out if they have any chance of maintaining control in this game. Panzer 4s are pretty hard counter to the penal battalion. If they throw a satchel, you just need to back up. They have no anti-tank weapons. You can maybe tan a Panzer 4 with your flammenwerfer. Actually, I think called flammenwerfers. What do you call it? Flame gun. Flamethrower. Sorry. Oh, penal battalion almost down. Oh, he's gonna get out. So Vet2 scout car from Fanity, very nice to see. They are squishy, so it is kind of, but I've also noticed their vet seems to come much faster than for infantry. So if you can vet up a scout car, you are going to get the infantry awareness, I think, and also it'll just take a lot more damage. Let's see what's going on here. We've got 2 Opal trucks out, so instead of going for map control, he's just decided to park trucks everywhere. Not sure that's the best strat, but everyone likes an Opal truck, don't they? Panzer 4 gonna need to get some repair load from this Pioneer here. The Eternal Strafe is pretty much allowing him to maintain map control right now. Oh, fuel apparently has accumulated, because look what we've got over at Siberian base. The ISU of Doom. Well, let's see what this one thing does. This thing should be able to own his base in about 3-4 minutes, I suspect, given how much damage that gun does, but he's also got to just be aware of flanks from the Panzer 4, which could lay in the real armor, and those things will go down rather quickly. Not sure the exact stats, but I think the ISU and the Elephant are both very similar in that they are extremely weak from the rear. I believe it should only take maybe 4 or 5 shots from a Panzer 4 to kill these in the back. Similar for Elephant. I think the Elephant might have higher health, but again, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. So a still decent sized force here from Siberian. Rolling in to the Austria base. Oh boy. But we do have a Vet2 pack, which is not in position at all. Oh, it instantly gets TP crew, which is one thing that really makes me sad about packs, even with the 4-man squads. Just their chance of being crewed is so high in this game that even if you get vet, it's not going to be really interesting because the first thing that comes along is just going to be crew it. And scout car goes down. I didn't mean to do that. That was bad.
Under attack by enemy armor!
Oh, MG goes down in 2 hits from the ISU. What's in the base? Nothing. What's in the base? Nothing. ISU moving up here. I'm not really sure why he's going that way. I guess he's looking for the Panzer IV. Oh, he's found it. Yeah. Found the Panzer IV. Panzer IV is having none of that. Just going to drive down the road behind this blocking hedge and rock formation. It looks like, you know, rock formations in my part of it. Laid by glaciers in northern Pennsylvania. No, actually, I don't live in northern Pennsylvania. We still have some of these rocks. They're really big. ISU just gonna sit here, crush a tree. Geno battalion's moving in. They found a truck. Just gonna satchel the truck, even though the guy gets this bomb fire. Oh, where did that other Panzer IV come from? I did not see that. 2 Panzer IVs are actually out for fans. And wow, yeah, look at that. That's about 3-4 shots so far. Here's a deflection. Oh, and ISU down an instant vet too on that Panzer IV. Oh, that is a big problem for Siberia now. He's not tech to anything. He's still only got his tier 1 building up. He's got absolutely nothing out there versus these 2 Panzer IVs. One doesn't damage engine, the other one suffered some health loss, but even with this much map control, unless he can get an SU-85 out really fast, it's actually a really problematic situation. Only saved by the fact that the other player has no infantry really at all. Though he could cap with his pack if he knows what's good for him. I guess his pioneers are just going to repair. Panzer IV is going to chase off penal battalions. Chasing all the way to the back of the base. Oh, this PZ4 wants revenge for all the demolished Axis units. He will extract the blood price. Actually, it's a fun ship. I do like it. I just don't like how everybody's sort of evil and, you know, who am I supposed to root for? You know, ever since Boromir died, whoever that guy was, I forget the name of that actor, but he was Boromir in Lord of the Rings. Since they killed him off in season 1, I was just like, where is the good in the world? Where is the good in the world? But what we've got over here is Panzer IV still being repaired. Conscripts being crushed. Oh, got an 18A dog though, and looks like the crush is not happening. No crush. Vet 3. Maybe when you're Vet 3 you can't get crushed. You're just that much better at avoiding tank treads. I'm not sure how that works. That looked like an obvious crush situation there, but didn't happen. We do have a penal battalion recapping the VPs. Apparently Siberian going for the VP wing here. Fanity finally trying to I had to check his name. I can't remember names forever. For any love or money. Fanity recapping the map a bit here finally with his free pioneer. Other one's going to go repair this Vet 2 Panzer IV, though honestly he doesn't really need to repair them because Siberian has nothing. Conscript squad, engineer squad, penal battalion, Vet 3, but being forced off is not going to be able to do anything against that Panzer IV, Vet 3 or not. And finally some more infantry. I think that was a good choice. He's got his armor out. He did replace his Panzergren. He's going to just start recapping the map, I suspect. What is Siberian's reaction to this? Can there actually be a reaction at this point? Oh, he has gotten up the mechanized armor Capanea, so he is, if he has the fuel, which he doesn't. Those ISUs are rather expensive. Big fuel gamble. That's why you don't see them often in 1v1. because one of those gets flanked. That's 290 fuel down the drain. You could have had 2 and like a quarter Su-85s for that price. So yeah, but an Su-85 being produced, 1 Su-85 versus 2 Panzer IVs, not really good odds, but this is Siberian and not some random scrub. So we'll see. Oh, but Panzer IV charging into the base, and deciding to wreak some more havoc, maybe kill off some of these penal battalions. Satchel charge being thrown at Panzer IV. Oh, he fails to move, takes half the health is knocked off by this. So that is good to know. If, you know, before you retreat that penal battalion, toss the damn satchel. You never know. It's fairly cheap, right? Strafe going in. There will be no more satchels thrown. Su-85 is out. Instantly takes down 1. 2 more now on the way, including the Vet 2. He's actually circle strafing on the edge of the map. Su-85. Su-85 down. Strafe suppressing all the infantry in Siberian's base. Well, I think this is a lesson. Don't drill too much. This is an interesting strat. You might want to try it versus some noobs. You might want to say do it with 1 M3 and a conscript squad, especially you could do what they used to do with COH before everybody became so cautious and wimpy to send your vehicle full of nasty infantry that can destroy things in space, and throw satchels or whatever at their production buildings, so before they can start producing things. That's not actually a bad tactic. I don't see it used a lot. Would like to see it used more. And play back over. Siberian throws in the towel. He's got nothing. Fanity has 2 PZ4s. GG. But I thought that was a rather interesting display of, you know, how the M3, despite the nerfs and units in the M3, are still very effective. We don't see a lot of penal battalions out there, but if you want to troll a little bit, even as a delaying strategy, it's not bad. He was able to flank all the MGs. He was able to go into the base, wreak some havoc. The problem is you have to decide when to stop making M3s and when to start teching, because otherwise you end up with Panzer IVs in your base, and maybe your call-in tank is not going to save you. This kind of thing might go better with another dock. You know, get an IS-2, as weak as it is. I just can't stand that thing, but it would stand up a little bit better to Panzer IVs, though I think 2 Panzer IVs are going to be problematic, even for an IS-2. Anyway, I will stop talking now. Interesting game, fun to watch, lots of mayhem. I will hope you guys enjoyed the cast. Please let me know in the comments how you felt about it. If you want to see more, if you hate my guts, if you don't like rocks, anything. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.